You want to make $100,000 for the first time? If you want something you've never had, you got to do something you've never done. Bottom line. Here's my philosophy. You should work full-time on your job and part-time on your fortune. You should work 9 to 5 on your job and 5 to 9 on your business that's going to get you rich. And in solar sales, here are the 3 steps. You got to master how to get the interest, how to get the utility bill, and how to get the appointment. So I would immerse myself in training, learn the script, learn the fundamentals, and get on the field as soon as humanly possible and start talking to people and generating sales. So when you're talking to a prospect, you come across too needy. And needy is never attractive, not for sales, not for dating, not for anything. Needy people are not attractive people. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Driven Not Given podcast. And as always, I'm your host, JC Rangel. Somebody asked me not that long ago, JC, let's say, for example, you were flat broke, no sales experience or very little sales experience, flat broke, never made 6 figures a year, but you were absolutely committed to making 6 figures for the first time in the next 12 months. What would you do? That was a question that was asked to me. And I said, that's a very good question. So it got me thinking, and I didn't think that much. I didn't think that long. I said, here's what I would do. So I'm going to break down in this episode what I would do if I've never made $100,000 per year and I was committed to making them over the next 12 months, come hell or high water. What would I do? Now, this is not for everybody. Not everybody has that level of commitment. Not everybody's ready to burn their ships, which is, by the way, one of the keys. Not everybody's ready to burn their ships and really go out there and go after it. And I believe that 100,000, the new 100,000 now is $250,000. You know, for a long time, people talk about $100,000 income, $100,000 income. Listen, man, the way it was 10 years ago, $100,000 was 10 years ago, that's what $250,000 is right now. $100,000, you're not making a whole lot of money. But nevertheless, the question is for $100,000, which is more than most people make, so we're going to get into that. So here's what I would do. I would get into solar sales. That would be step number 1. Now, before I get into the steps, because I'm going to break down the steps here, before I get into the steps, I'm going to tell you why I would get into solar sales, okay? I would get into sales in some form or another. It could be solar sales, it could be insurance, it could be real estate. Real estate takes a little bit too long for me. I think life insurance sales is faster. I think solar sales are even faster. There's no chargebacks. So here's the reason why I do solar sales. Number 1, solar sales are the easiest sale in the world. For the highest amount of money. It's a high ticket sale, pays very big money. Most people could do 1 sale per month and live better than most people do, okay? Especially with our company, we make between $7,000 and $10,000 per sale. We make $7,000 and $10,000 per sale. So you figure you do 1 a month, but I'm gonna show you how to make $1 million a year income in this video as well. So what I do is solar sales. Why? Because think about it. Why is it the easiest sale in the world? Here's the reason why. When it comes to solar sales, for example, you're taking somebody's existing bill. Most sales, you're giving somebody an additional bill, an additional expense. In solar sales, you're not giving them an additional expense. You're taking an existing expense that they have and you're replacing it with another thing that is better and cheaper. So you are currently paying a lot of money to the utility company. So guess what? Because you're paying a lot of money to the utility company, why don't I come and put the panels on your roof, make you your own utility company, and instead of paying them $200 a month, we'll get you down to $150 a month, maybe even $120 per month. So you're taking the same bill, you're knocking it down because you own your own electricity. You're not renting it, you're not getting it from another state, pay all the distribution fees, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's an existing bill that you already have, and guess what? It's zero out of pocket. How many sales can you tell somebody, you don't have to give me no money? None. Here, we put the panels on for free, for nothing out of pocket. By the time their solar system gets turned on, they're paying the utility company $200 a month. They say, boom, get out of here. Now you're paying your solar system for less money per month. So it's an existing bill that they've always had. And guess what? For helping somebody add value to their house, cut an existing bill that they've always had, a bill that they will always have, and a bill that, mind you, will always go up over time. Not only am I saving the customer money, but that bill is always going to continue to increase unless they go solar and we can lock in that payment. So it's a no-brainer. Listen, if you ever heard the phrase, I coined this phrase, solar is not a sales presentation, it's an IQ test. I'm the person that coined that phrase in the entire industry. Solar is an IQ test because it's the only sale that purchase that somebody can make that nets them more money. Anyways, that's the reason why I would do solar sales. So now I'm going to give you the steps of exactly what is it that you do, that I would do to make $100,000. Now that we've identified the industry, here are the steps. Okay, so step number one, I would find the right company for me, right? There's different options. There's a lot of options in the solar sales. I happen to pick Power Solar. I have 1,000 salespeople in my organization. Why do I pick them? Because I pay a small $85 a month fee, and I make double the commissions that I could with anybody else. Because of they have a Costco model, right? So the Costco model, you pay a monthly fee, and you get everything cheaper than you would at the regular grocery store. Yeah, what is the difference? You have to buy 2 packs instead of 1, right? But nevertheless, it's cheaper, and to get access to that cheaper price, you pay a membership fee. That's why Costco is cheaper, because they make money off their membership fees. Same thing with Power. They make money off the membership fees mainly, so they pay double, sometimes triple the commissions. That was just me. So I would tell you, select the right solar company that fits your needs. I also like the fact that I'm able to build a nationwide brokerage, get paid overrides on other people I introduce, and we all make the same commission on every sale that we make. So select the right company that fits you, that fits your beliefs and your goals. The second thing I would do is make a decision that this is my chosen career path. Too many people, not only in solar, but in any industry in general, get in and they're dipping their toe in the water, and then they wonder why they're not successful. You're not going to be successful in anything that you're simply tippy-toeing around it. No, you've got to burn your ships. You've got to make a decision. If you're going to get into solar, if you're going to get into real estate, insurance, network marketing, burn your ships, meaning let the world know that this is the industry that you have chosen. Get rid of any and all excuses. Be all in, like in the game of poker. When you are all in, that is when you're sacrificing all of your chips, and you're either going to win big or you're going to bust. My recommendation is go all in. Now, that doesn't mean that you should do this full time from the beginning. On the contrary, I actually recommend that you don't. So I'm going to get into that here shortly. Step number 3, obviously attend training. Not only attend training with the intention to teach, right? So learn with the intent to teach. Pretend as if you are going to train a group of people on that particular subject, which is the sales script, which is solar in general, which is door knocking, which is the number one form of prospecting that I would recommend. This is what I would do if I was broke and I wanted to make 6 figures and I wanted to get off to a fast start and guarantee my success. I would go door knocking. But before I get into that, here's the deal. Immerse yourself in the training. For example, our company has a virtual training. We do live trainings. We do trainings via Zoom. We have a pre-recorded university, right? I would immerse myself in the training, and I would immerse myself in what is the top 3 to 5 things that I can do so I can generate sales. There's a lot to learn. I want to learn the meat and potatoes of what it takes to make sales, because I've got to make some money. And in solar sales, here are the 3 steps. You got to master how to get the interest, how to get the utility bill, and how to get the appointment. If you master those things, you don't have to know all of the details about everything. Those details are in the presentation, which guess what? If you're with any good solar company, they're going to send a closer with you to close those sales, and you're going to be learning while you're attending training. So I would immerse myself in the training. I would make a commitment. I'd put a calendar, right? These days I'm going to work. Let's say, for example, it's 5 to 6 days per week. I would do a minimum of 6 days per week, even if it's 5 hours a day. So I would go door knocking. So I say from Monday through Saturday, I'm going to door knock from these times to this times, and I will stick to that schedule come hell or high water. Even if it was raining, I'm going to go out there and door knock. Or I would go out there and visit new homeowners. As a matter of fact, that's what I did. I went door knocking and I went visit new homeowners. Especially when it rained, I would visit new homeowners because I'd be driving and I'd just get off to that particular house, talk to that person, get back in my car and go to the next house. I actually trained my team on how I did that. And I'm going to actually tell you what I would say on the doors. But I would go out there and door knock for a minimum of 4 to 5 hours during the week and at least 8 hours on the weekend. So I would immerse myself in training, learn the script, learn the fundamentals, and get on the field as soon as humanly possible and start talking to people and generating sales. And I'm going to show you what those sales are going to look like right now. Step number 4. You've already attended the training. You picked the industry that you're going to get in. You selected the right company, right? Step number 4 is I would make a list of everybody that I knew, and I would make sure that I get 200 people to listen to me to let them know that I am now in the solar business. That doesn't mean that I call 200 people. Let's not mistake this. Because if you call 200 people, you're not going to reach 200 people. Therefore, you cannot tell or pitch 200 people. And it's not even a pitch. Here's what I would do. If I had to call 300 people to pitch 200 or whatever that number may be, here's what I would do. What I would do is I'd make a list of as many people as possible, and my goal would be a minimum of 200 people are going to hear me say this to them. I'm going to give them a call, and I'm going to say something along the lines of, hey, what's up, Jose? Hope all is well. Small talk, small talk, small talk, right? For a minute. 30 seconds to a minute, small talk. Then I would get into what I want to say to them, which is this. Listen, Jose, the reason why I'm calling you, bro, is because I actually just got started in the solar industry. I'm super excited about this, and this is what I'm going to be doing for the next 15 to 20 years. Anyways, man, I just want you to know, in case you know of anybody that is either interested in solar or anybody that may be just have questions about solar, I'd appreciate if you'd keep me in mind, man. See, you're not pitching them. You're informing them. It is the same concept as if you opened up a business, a local restaurant, right? Wouldn't it be a good idea for you to let as many people as you know that you have a restaurant? Of course it would be. Same thing with solar. If you got your real estate license, wouldn't it be a good idea for all of your friends, family members, neighbors, colleagues, etc., know that you are now a licensed realtor? Of course that'd be a good idea. Here's the deal. It's common sense. You guys hear me say this very often. Common sense isn't too common, though. Some of the most basic stuff. So what I teach my team, which is what I'm telling you now that I would do, and it is what I did when I started with this company, by the way, I made a list of everybody that I knew, and it's not a pitch. I'm just calling to inform them I'm in the solar industry. You'll be surprised how many people will say, oh, that's interesting. And right now, as of 2022, there's not a lot of people that sell solar. It may seem like that's the case. It's not the case, man. In 10 years, there'll be a lot of people that sell solar. Right now, everybody's familiar with solar. Everybody's open to solar. Even if they say they're not, they're open to solar. Trust me, I know. I sell a ton of solar. My team sells a ton of solar, okay? So people are open. So here's the deal. As people are open to solar, you're calling these people and you're letting them know this. You could get some leads from it. But you need to get 200 people as soon as humanly possible to know that you are now in the solar industry or whatever industry you chose, whether it's life insurance, whether it's real estate. The reason why I like solar is because in real estate, for example, you're looking for people that want to buy and sell. We're not looking for people that want to buy and sell. We're looking for people that have a utility bill over $90. There's a lot more people to sell to, and there's a lot less people to compete against. Step number 5, I would get some business cards. Now, step number 4 and step number 5 doesn't really matter what order you do them in, but step number 5, get some business cards for obvious reasons, right? But here's another reason why I would do it. I would, mind you, I said that if I was broke and I'm looking to do this and I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, I'm sick and tired of being broke. I've seen people make $100,000 a year, and in this scenario, let's say I haven't made $100,000 in a year. So I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm gonna make $100,000. I made it. I made the decision. I made the resolve. I'm gonna make $100,000 per year. So what would I do? Step number 5, get business cards. Step number 6 is what I would do is I would get like a gig so I could be able to pay my bills, so I can make some steady income. Perfect example. We live in the day and age of Uber Eats, and all of these gig services, right? I would personally drive for Uber, right? Here's what I would do. Have some business cards, and I would drive for Uber in the morning. Now, this is somebody that's hungry. This is somebody that's after it. This is somebody that's willing to pay the price, okay? Sick and tired of being sick and tired. I would drive for Uber from, let's say, for example, 7 or 8 a.m. to about 3 p.m. so I can make some money. That's not going to make me a ton of money, but it's going to make me just enough money probably just to, get by. But I'm also building my solar business, and I'm going to start making money from there as well. The reason why I would get that gig is because guess what? I don't want to have commission breath. For those of you guys that may not know what commission breath is, let me explain. When you are in sales and you are broke, there is something called commission breath. That means that you're short on funds and you're in a situation where you're like, shit, I've got to go out there and I've got to figure this thing out. I've got to go out there and I've got to get a deal. So when you're talking to a prospect, you come across too needy. And needy is never attractive, not for sales, not for dating, not for anything. Needy people are not attractive people. So you don't want to come across needy. In sales, we call this commission breath. If your bills are taken care of and you've got a little bit of money, you're not as needy, as eager, as pushy. That's why having a little side income for you to be able to take care of your bills, at least to some degree, is very smart. But why Uber? Because you're picking up people all day long and you got your business cards, maybe business cards and flyers. And you're able to not only make money while you're doing it, but you're able to prospect. Listen, I've been on hundreds of Ubers, okay? One of the questions I always ask is, by the way, what do you do? Do you do anything besides this? How long have you been driving for Uber is usually my first question. I even sound like a robot because I'm just so used to it. How long have you been driving for Uber, by the way? Oh, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Very often the driver themselves will tell you something else that they do. And then a second question I usually ask is, cool, is this all you do or do you do something else? This is just people want to have a conversation with you. Not always. Not everybody wants to have a conversation with you. But especially those people that you have a good dialogue with, you can give them a business card. Here's what I would do. I'd give them a business card. Say, hey, by the way, here, let me give you my card. I actually am also in the solar industry, and I'm doing this part-time while my solar business gets going, right? So if you know of anybody that may be interested in solar, I'd appreciate you refer them to me. And by the way, we pay $1,000 referral fees. If you ever send me somebody, we'll pay you $1,000. So now, you imagine if I pick up 10 people per day. I'm prospecting 10 people per day, and I'm making money. So that could lead me to some sales. That could lead me to, in our company, we allow you to recruit and you make overrides on the sales that they make between $600 and $1,200 commissions if you recruit somebody, right? So I'd be getting customers and getting recruits from it, right? And I'm making some money to pay some of my basic things, and it prevents me from having commission breath. That's step number 6. So now we get into step number 7, which I briefly talked about, but I just mentioned that it wasn't one of the steps, and this is a step now. Door to door. I would go door to door. So let's say, for example, I'm driving for Uber from 8 to 3, right? So what is that? 7 hours. 8 to 3, I'm driving for Uber. And then I'm door knocking from 3 to 8. That's a full day. You're talking about 12 hours, right? Now, some of you guys may say, well, I have a job, JC. Great. So your job replaces the Uber in this scenario. Here's my philosophy. You should work full-time on your job and part-time on your fortune. You should work 9 to 5 on your job and 5 to 9 on your business. That's going to get you rich. But guess what? No millionaire was ever created through a job. Maybe 0.00001% of people that are millionaires became a millionaire through a job. And usually it's probably because they got lucky. Millionaires are created through sales and entrepreneurship, bottom line. So here's the deal. I will go door knocking, right, from 3 to 8. So I'm done with Uber. So between 3 and 4, I hit the field. And I'm door knocking. Remember, I burned my ships. I made a resolve. So I plug in with the company. I learned the script. Let me give you a simple script, right? This isn't the most fancy script, but nevertheless, it's a script, okay? Your name, the company you represent, and what you're doing there. I'm not giving you the fanciest script, but this is a script that works. Hey, how's it going? My name is JC. I'm actually out here with Power Solar, and we're actually helping some of the neighbors in the area go solar. By the way, have you guys ever considered solar? Who could do that? Now, check this out. I'm going to give you some numbers. Let's say, for example, you go and you make a resolve to knock on a minimum of 100 doors per day. And you can do that in 5 hours. Absolutely. You can do more than that. You're power walking. You're getting exercise. You're getting vitamin D from the sun, right? You're out there doing your thing. 100 doors per day. You talk to and engage 20 people. 20 people per day. Out of those 20 people, you collect 5 to 8 utility bills, right? Because we need a utility bill to be able to generate a solar proposal for the customer. Out of those 5 to 8 utility bills, you schedule 2 appointments. So you're doing 2 appointments per day. Let's say you're door knocking 5 days per week. You take 2 days off. I wouldn't. I would take 1 day off. Okay? You want to make $100,000 for the first time? If you want something you've never had, you got to do something you've never done. Bottom line. But let's say you work 5 days a week, 2 appointments per day. You're talking about 10 appointments per week. So follow me here. Out of these 10 appointments per week, you close 3 to 4 of those appointments. Now, mind you, in the beginning, you're going to be closing them with somebody else. Somebody's going to be helping you while you're going through the training phase, which is usually a month to 3 months on average. And if you're doing this plan that I'm showing you right here, it'll be faster because you are all in, right? But let's say you close 3 to 4 deals per month. Our company pays between $7,000 and $10,000 commission average. You can make $20,000, $30,000 on a deal, but the average is 7 to 10. So let's take the low average, 7,000. So if you're closing 3 to 4 deals per week, you're at $21,000 to $28,000 per week. My friends, that's $1 million a year income. Knocking on 100 doors per day with a great attitude, learning a script that you don't sound like you're reading it. You let it flow, so you got to dedicate some time for that. You can make that kind of money in solar sales. No, there's people that are doing it right now. Door knocking. It's amazing. You know how many millionaire door knockers there is? A ton. You got to sell the right thing. Got to be in the right place at the right time, right company, right organization. You've got to be the right person. You've got to be consistent. You've got to be disciplined, but it's absolutely doable. Now check this out. That's $1 million a year income. Let's say you don't accomplish that. Let's say you don't accomplish half of it. Matter of fact, you don't even accomplish 25% of it. You are one of the bad news bears, man. You only get those numbers 10% right. I'm telling you that there are people that didn't have prior experience door knocking that are doing the kind of numbers I just mentioned now. You don't do it. You do 10% of it. You didn't make $1 million a year. What's 10% of $1 million? $100,000. If you follow this plan in 2, 3, 4, maximum 5 months, you kick Uber to the curb. You should do it in 2, 3 months or less. But let's say it takes you 4, 5 months. You kick Uber to the curb. Hey man, I'm making $2,000 a month with Uber, maybe $2,500, $3,000, whatever the case is. But I've already got $10,000 in commission already paid for me. In solar, I got another $10,000 coming in. I'm gonna just dedicate all this time, instead of driving for Uber in the day, I'm following up on leads during the day. I'm calling realtors. I'm going to networking events during the day. Then I'm door knocking in the night. Then after a while, you develop your business well enough that you don't have to door knock anymore. You've got referral businesses. You build a network. You've got real estate offices and real estate agents and roofers and life insurance agents that continually send you business, because we have, for example, an affiliate program. It's free. They make $1,000 per referral. So we show you how to get 50 referral agents. 50 referral agents, if they send you one deal per year, you're making $500,000 per year. $300,000 to $500,000 per year if you get 50 referral agents that send you one deal per year. They make $1,000, they're motivated. You see what I'm saying? So that's exactly what I would do if I was flat broke, no experience, sick and tired of being sick and tired, ready and committed and serious about making a 6-figure income for the first time in the next 12 months. That's exactly what I would do. As a matter of fact, that's very similar to what I did here. Now, granted, I did have experience making six figures many times. I've made millions of dollars in my career. And when I came here, my first full year, I didn't make 6 figures. I made way more than that. But if I was an 18-year-old guy, 19-year-old guy, 20-year-old guy or girl, whatever age you are, that is a plan that I would go to be committed to make a 6-figure income. I would choose the solar industry. Those are the steps that I would take. So to finish off, here's a question. Who do you know that's sick and tired of being sick and tired? That's never made 6 figures, or that has made 6 figures and they want to make it again, or never made it and wants to make it for the first time? Who do you know? Who do you know? Here's what I'm asking you. A couple things. Send them this video. Send them this video. At the very least, they're going to like something. Even if they don't want to do it in solar, they want to do it somewhere else, send them this video. They could follow these steps and be successful. Listen, this is what I've done. This is what I teach people to do on a daily basis. And this is what people are doing. And they're making multiple 6 figures and even 7-figure income working with our company. So like and comment this video. If you got some value, like and comment the video, share it with a couple folks. And with that being said, I'll see you at the top or from the top. Take care.